10 years ago, when American Bonanza Gold Corp found their Copperstone property, they were an exploration company with a dream. Today, that dream is almost a reality. By the end of this year, they plan to be producing gold. Their Arizona property had already produced 500,000 ounces of gold under another company, but had laid dormant for several years. Join us now as we check out the action on the ground. Brian Kerwin has been mining all his working life, and the past 10 years, he's been working on American Bonanza's 100% owned Copperstone property. He knows he's got something special.
There aren't a lot of gold mines in the world, and that's because they're difficult to build. They're difficult to find, and they're difficult to finance. They're difficult to permit, and so after all that work, it's gratifying right now to see this project moving forward.
Moving forward for American Bonanza is all about starting up the mine.
As you can see behind me, we're constructing the plant right now. We purchased the entire plant, and today we're digging the foundation for the mills. And so that'll take about 4 months.
A lot of what you see here was already in place when the company arrived. That pleases Chief Operating Officer Todd Fayram. He's built several mines over his career, including Minefinder's Dolores property. It produces 100,000 ounces of gold a year and 3 to 4 million ounces of silver. He likes what has been found here in Arizona.
Well, it's great because it makes it so easy. We don't have to spend a lot of money and a lot of effort to put in new infrastructure. As if I had to start from ground zero with no infrastructure, it would probably be a year to a year and a half, almost 2 years to build this. Based on when we started and when we received all of our final permits, we're looking at somewhere around 6 to 9 months to construct this whole operation.
Today, Todd's team is building a second entrance to the existing mine. Plans include bringing 450 tons a day out of the ground, starting late this fall.
I've done this before, and the team around me has done this before, and Copperstone is a fairly simple operation. It's fairly straightforward. The processing is simple, the metallurgy is simple, the mining will be relatively simple, and so we've got a team together now that has done this before and is very confident that they can complete this project and make it perform.
A recently completed 43101 compliant feasibility study shows promising results and indicates the potential of a high-grade gold recovery.
It's high grade and it's free gold in an oxide material, so the processing is very straightforward. We expect to achieve just over 90% of gold recovery. The deposit is still entirely open in a down dip direction, and we have indications that it continues, and so there's excellent potential to expand there. We'll be doing some of that drilling in 2011 and the majority of it in 2012. But there's excellent potential to expand the reserve there. We hope to extend the mine life, and we'll be able to demonstrate that potential to some degree during 2011. Historically, this is a very large, very high-grade district. There are mines around here that produced anywhere from 500,000 to 2 or 3 million ounces at exceedingly high grades.
James Bagwell has known Brian Kerwin for over 10 years and is now a company director and manager of investor relations. He likes what he sees.
We're real excited about our grades. We've been through the season of the planning, and we've been through the time part of this project, and now we're about 6 months of coming into the harvest time of the project.
There's a period from 6 months before production until 6 months after production started where there's very little risk and lots of gain.
In this infilling iron oxide material, we get high-grade visible gold in here.
Robert Moriarty runs an independent investor advice website. He's been following American Bonanza for several years now, and when he adds up the math, he says they're valued at about $100 an ounce, which he says is low.
Now that's fair valuation for an exploration company, but as you can see behind me, this was a mine before. It produced 500,000 ounces over a 3-year period.
This proven gold mine has a well-maintained 8-kilometer unpaved road connecting it to Route 95. The town of Quartzsite is only 16 kilometers south.
We'll have over 100 high-paying jobs here, and obviously those people will be part of the community.
Once the mill is processing ore, it'll have everything it needs, but it won't have cyanide.
Mines with cyanide are generally very safe, but there is the potential there, so we've designed it so that we don't have that potential. The rock here is very benign from an environmental point of view, but we've done everything we can to design this operation to have very, very minimal impact to the environment. And overall, we're actually disturbing 0 acres of new ground. It's a pre-mine site, and we're disturbing 0 new acres of land.
Currently, Bonanza is in strong financial shape.
We have a treasury that is somewhere on the order of $8 to $10 million in excess of what we're going to need to build Copperstone. So we're in a good situation from a financial point of view. We're fully permitted through to production, and we have all the crews on site working now for construction. So we're fully funded, fully permitted, and the project is underway.
It's a unique opportunity here to be where we are with no debt, no hedge, and funded and permitted.
I believed in it 7 or 8 years ago, but they're now coming to the point where they're coming down to the finish line, and by August, September, October or so, you're going to start seeing production, and I'm thrilled.
American Bonanza's team is getting great pleasure from their progress, too.
I just love building mines. Mines are neat. People don't hardly ever build anything anymore. And for me, I get to build things, and I get to see a tangible thing happen.
Kind of getting to the fun part. We're funded, we're permitted, we've got our feasibility study complete, and we think it's going to perform very, very well economically. And so we're all really looking forward to the last quarter of the year when we anticipate being able to produce gold. And take that silly photograph of a bar doré in your hands. Those are the grinning photographs. We're looking forward to that.
American Bonanza Gold Corp anticipates producing an average of 46,000 ounces of gold per year for each of their first 3 years. You can follow their progress at their website. They're at AmericanBonanza.com and find them on the Toronto Stock Exchange under the symbol BZA.